I'm back in Georgia now, and what happened was I requested some money for the bus from my mother, and she sent it to me. I had to take care of a problem with a woman that I was involved with, a girl, and we'll get into that later. But I hooked back up with Jimmy. He did get out of the service. He followed my game plan, and it worked beautifully. We decided that we were going to go to his home in Binghamton, spend a week or two. We was going to put together some cash, and then from there we would fly out to California and start a life together, and I always wanted that. So we're on the bus now, and we're pulling into New York. And all of a sudden I realized that we were going to stop at Port Authority. For some reason I never even thought of going through Manhattan, and it just so happened. So I made the mistake of thinking to myself, maybe I should stop by, see my mother. I may never see her again the rest of my life. So I asked the bus driver if we could take a follow-up bus, because we were only going to stop over for an hour. He said, that's no problem. You can take any bus any day thereafter up to Binghamton. We get on the L train. It's cold out, and we weren't dressed for it, but that's besides the point. We get off right by the bowling alley by Avenue M. I go in with Jimmy, and there was a little action going. I felt right at home. Everybody welcomed me. That made me feel good with Jimmy. And I told him, do me a favor, hang out here. I'm going over to my father's house, take care of business, and then I'll be back, and we'll head back out to Port Authority. Fine. I walk over. I knock on the window. I'm shivering outside, and this is 4 a.m. My grandmother, very surprised, she sees me out there, she goes, she gets my mother, I come in, and then something happened that really surprised me. My father comes walking downstairs, comes over and hugs me, tells me he doesn't like at all what went on between school and the Air Force, but I am his son, he forgives me, so on and so forth. And I told him what my plans were. He said, okay, well, why don't you spend a few days here prior to going? I said, well, I'm with my friend Jim. He said, no problem, he can stay here. So I made the mistake. I took him up on his offer, and you'll find out later why it was a mistake.